should you even be trying to shift realities right now? Is shifting healthy? Is it unhealthy? And how does shifting tie into this ascension process that Earth is undergoing right now? We're going to get into all of that and more in today's video, my friends. But first, for those of you who don't know me, my name's Hannah. I help people to own their powers, step into the driver's seat in their own lives. And today, I'm actually going to be doing that by telling you a little bit more about my shifting journey, my experience with shifting, and why I'm actually not trying to shift right now. I know, controversial, I know. As someone who identifies as a shifter and who posts videos teaching on shifting, why would I not be trying to shift, right? We'll get into all of that and more in today's video. First though, I just wanted to make a little note. Normally, I try to answer almost all the comments that I can, but recently I've been going through some serious upheaval and life transitions. I'm moving continents right now, and there's been some deaths in my life and just a lot of personal stuff happening right now. So I haven't been able to get to all the comments as I usually do. No offense to you, please don't take it personally. It's just personal. I got a lot of stuff going on right now, but hopefully I'll be settled in a few weeks and I'll be able to get back into my regular groove of checking and responding to comments. So before I get into exactly why I'm not trying to shift, I'll tell you a little bit more about my personal shifting journey, which honestly has been one of the most common questions I get asked by people is have you shifted, Hannah? What is your experience with shifting? Do you have stories? So I wanted to share a little bit about that first. So I can tell you, I actually started shifting before shifting was even a thing, before it was even called shifting, and people recognized this in mass collectives as a thing you could actually do. I was doing this as a child, 20, 30 years ago. And I didn't really know what I was doing. I called it world hopping at the time. But I did it, man. I did it. And it was cool. And especially as a child. And I actually think I'll make a video at some point on children being better shifters. That's actually my personal opinion because that's how I experienced it. So I was shifting as a child, and I shifted to a lot of different worlds, different realities. Particularly, I was a fan of both Pokemon and Digimon. And then as I got older, I did other kind of video game or anime worlds and stuff like that. And it was really cool stuff. Of course, I never told anybody about this because I thought I was insane and that people would lock me up in a mental institute if I told them that I was doing this. If I told them that I believed fictional characters existed, that they were my friends, that I could actually go to their worlds and interact with them. That sounded batshit crazy back in the day. So just so you know, as an OG shifter, that wasn't cool back in the day. I had to be hush hush about it. And I very much questioned my sanity for a lot of my teenage years and early 20s. Then, in my early 20s, right around the time I had my spiritual awakening, I took this program and I learned about this technique called quantum jumping, quantum leaping. And basically it's shifting, but it's more of a broader thing. Whereas shifting, I feel generally is referred to shifting into fictional worlds and stuff like that. Quantum jumping is more about just shifting into different timelines in this reality and stuff like that. However, because I had already been a shifter and was interested in fictional worlds, I applied the quantum jumping, quantum leap techniques to fictional worlds, as well as my current reality and timeline. I applied it to fictional worlds and had some cool results with that. I would focus on, for example, one technique I used is pretending I was asleep in my desired reality. I would be asleep in this reality, in my bed, and then just imagine when I woke up and I opened my eyes that I would be in a bed in my desired reality. This was a technique I developed because it's easier to imagine what it would be like to be in a bed in my desired reality if I was in a bed in this reality, for example. So I did that for a while. Then life got crazy. I got bitch slapped really hard, was dealing with a lot of trauma and drama, and I didn't really shift for a while. until about 4 years ago. And actually, the trauma was so bad, my life was so bad, that I basically felt that I had no choice but to shift realities. I was hardcore indulging in escapism then, and I really got back into shifting, and it honestly, it helped me. So on the note of, is it healthy or unhealthy? I feel like that is dependent on the situation. In that particular situation for me, I actually feel it was very healthy for me to shift. And in fact, it helped me to manifest my dream life and manifest my twin flame into my life in my current reality, because I was like shifting so much and getting into that frequency of my desired reality. So in short, that is kind of my shifting story, my shifting journey in general. If you have any other specific questions, feel free to let me know in the comments. Maybe I can do another video on that topic. But all this is to say, right now, I'm not trying to shift. I honestly have no desire really to shift. I'm not trying to. It doesn't feel like something that I'm called to do. And honestly, at times I can feel a little bit like an imposter, like I have imposter syndrome when I have all these like shifting friends and clients and like, you know, people commenting on my YouTubes asking me about like shifting journeys and stuff. And I'm like, I'm not actually trying to shift right now. It feels weird to say, to admit, and to be vulnerable with my audience in this way, but I'm not. And so I thought that this video, I could tell you exactly why I'm not trying to shift. And it's my hope that in doing so, I kind of normalize it for you to be a shifter who is not actively trying to shift at this time. Because I notice there are many people on this journey who they have to take breaks from time to time and stuff, where they're not feeling called, but they're still shifters. And so that's what I want to talk about today. So the first reason that I'm not trying to shift right now is that my personal ascension mission, my mission for being here, involves me being very present in this reality at this time. My higher self, my spirit team, they don't want me dipping out of this reality, going and playing around in other realities right now, because the mission on Earth in this reality at this time apparently is so crucial. They want all of my focus to be here right now. Perhaps that is the same for you. If you're struggling on your shifting journey, this could be why. Whether you've accepted that or not, if you're struggling to shift, you could be being encouraged to be present here for a reason. So I'd encourage you to consider that reason. So honestly, if you told my younger self this, if you told my childhood self this, even just a few years ago version of me, I had a lot of resistance to that idea. If I heard someone say that, I would have been hella triggered. Let me know in the comments, is anyone triggered by this right now, me talking about this? But I would have been hella triggered if people are like, oh no, it's your mission to be present in this reality. I'd be like, oh, screw that. That is boring. I don't want to be a part of this reality. That sucks. This reality sucks. That is lame. I don't want to do that. However, as I've matured and I've gone through my Saturn return and I've thought about it a lot more, I've done a lot of shifting. I'm like, I wouldn't keep coming back to this reality. I wouldn't have incarnated into this reality and had my consciousness here if there wasn't a reason for it. I trust my higher self is powerful enough that if I was meant to be in other realities at this time, I would just be there. It would be that simple. So the fact that I keep anchoring back into this one, I keep coming back here, there's a reason for that. And I'm finally at the point, I feel like I've worked through enough resistance in my system where I'm fully accepting of that fact. There is no resistance to it anymore. So a little story on that is that even when I was a small child shifting, I was never the type of shifter who's like, okay, I'm going to go away forever and just run away from all my problems and be in this other reality forever. I always had this deep knowing that I would go to other realities to bring information back to this one, to integrate it with this one so that I could heal this reality. That was always kind of part of my mission. It was always there. As I like to say in writerly terms, the foreshadow was always there. And so now that I have done some shifting, I think I've reached a point on my journey where I am meant to be present and to teach others how to shift and to kind of integrate that knowledge and stuff, those experiences that I had in these other realities. Reason number 2, I realized that shifting or trying to shift, it's kind of pointless. Be triggered at that. It's kind of pointless. Hear me out on this. So it all comes down to multidimensionality. This is where we are literally present in multiple places, many places, all the places, quite literally. We are present in all the timelines, all the realities, all right now in the present moment. This is multidimensionality, okay? And as humanity and this planet, this reality continues to ascend, we're going to start to have more and more awareness, a bigger, more expanded awareness of this multidimensional self that we are. So it will be very possible, I feel, in the not so distant future for us to be very present in this current reality and living our lives here, and also be living lives in other realities and having full awareness, full consciousness of that at all times. But know too, even though we're not quite there yet, we still are shifting all the time. And simply when you dream, when you sleep and you have dreams, you are shifting. When you have daydreams during the day, you're just thinking about your DR, you are shifting. We are shifting all the time. And it's just a natural part of this process. So again, harping back to point one, I was like, okay, well, we're multidimensional. I know that I am not only present here in my current reality right now, but I'm literally present in every single one of my desired realities right the hell now. So what's the point really in trying to shift to these other realities if I'm already there? I don't really see a point in trying to shift there anymore. The more humanity ascends, the easier it's going to actually be to shift. Ergo, the more I'm focused on my current reality and ascending in this reality, helping this planet, this reality ascend, the more I'm actually making it easier to shift, and I'm aiding my shifting journey, even if that seems counterintuitive. This is what has allowed me to have peace on being present in this reality. I'm like, okay, cool. We ascend and then we tap into that multidimensionality and we get to go wherever we want, whenever we want to. We get to be present in as many realities as we want to. And it's going to be a really good time. And basically, I can trust now that I will shift my full focus into these other realities in perfect divine timing. I don't have to make it happen anymore. I don't have to really wish it and just try to shift. I can just trust that it's just naturally going to unfold in perfect timing. I will just be drawn to shift in and out of these other realities as I am meant to. Finally, reason number 3 why I'm not trying to shift is that I manifested and am manifesting right now everything I ever wanted in my desired realities. I'm basically manifesting it. So that's why I believe, again, I see shifting as a very useful and healthy tool when used in a healthy, balanced way for manifestation in this current reality. As a result of my shifting, my reality is starting to resemble my desired realities. I'm starting to be the person that I see myself as there. I literally manifested people, relationships, experiences into my life in this reality that are freakishly similar to characters in my desired realities, to roles that I play in my desired realities. It is all connected and I can see that now and it's awesome. So it's when we're trying to shift, we're going to desired reality. It's because we feel like there's something over there that we can't currently experience here, right? But now that I'm experiencing here, everything I always hoped to experience over there, I'm like, well, there's really no point anymore now, is there? And so ironically, in manifesting my desired reality stuff in my current reality, it also becomes easier to shift realities because law of attraction is the magic system, as I like to say, that we're working with in this reality. We have to feel like we already have the thing that we want to have in order to manifest it. So because I'm starting to feel like, oh, I have all the things that I want, it becomes easier for me to actually shift into those other realities because I no longer need it. I'm no longer coming at it from this needy, grabby kind of energy. I'm just cool. And I just slide in and out of realities like that as a result. So all this is to say, again, is shifting healthy or unhealthy? And as I always say, friends, multidimensionality, it's the secret third option. It's both and so much more. It really depends on the context and your reasons behind shifting realities. So if you are tackling it in a very healthy, balanced way, it can be healthy, such as it was for me when I kind of used it as a manifestation tool to kind of step more into my power in this current reality. But if you're using it in a healthy way, like you're using it just purely for escapism because you don't want to deal with this reality and its problems, then it starts to become kind of an unhealthy coping mechanism. So you're going to have to look at yourself and be like, does it feel like healthy or does it feel unhealthy? And kind of a cheat for that is it starting to really interfere with your life in this reality, make things more difficult for you in this reality? If so, you might want to pull back. But if things in this reality are getting easier, they're flowing and they feel better, that's a good sign that you've tapped into some healthy shifting. That's all I have for you today, friends. I'm super curious if you can let me know in the comments. Does this trigger you? Does this video trigger you? Does what I'm saying trigger you? If it does, there's a very good chance there is some unhealthy shifting tendencies there I would encourage you to look at. And I'm also curious, are you trying to shift right now? Or are you like me, kind of like done trying to shift? Or have you just accepted, you're like, you know what, it is what it is? And if you have, what has driven you to that point? Why have you come to that point on your journey? Please share it in the comments below. As I always say, I'm like a spiritual scientist. I like to gather data. I like to see what other people saying. Is it just me or are other people picking up what I'm putting down here? As usual, friends, if you enjoyed this video, if you found this helpful in any way, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell to be updated when I post on my super erratic schedule, and then engage with this content in some way. Because all of these things, they help the algorithm along. They help this information get out to those who need it. So know if you do this, me and your fictional character, Booze, will love you forever, okay? We will love you forever. Of course, we're loving you forever anyways, my friends. Until next time, we're sending you much love. Stay powerful.